welcome back to my channel. As always, if you're new to my channel, I hope you stick around. We do talk about the Chris Watts case and everything related to it. So if this is something that you just can't let go when it comes to that case, or if something just doesn't seem right, this is the channel to be. And for my returning subs, I hope you are all having an amazing day, and I hope this video finds you all at a good place mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. With that being said, let's get started with this video. So there was a live done about, I think it was 2 weeks ago, and it was on a channel, and the creator is named Zave Girl. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And she had another creator on there who I have mentioned before on my channel, Chris Watts Revelation in the Reckoning, and she had Kim on her channel, and they were talking about Kim's theory that she's putting out there that Chris is now saying supposedly, and I say supposedly because we still have not heard this in Chris's writing, well, seen it in Chris's writing or heard it from his own voice yet, but she's saying this is what he's saying to her. And of course, we know the family believes this. The Watts family does believe this. And you may be wondering, what am I talking about? So Kim is now saying that Chris is going back to his original confession where Shanann killed Cece and Bella after she gets home at 1:48 a.m., being pregnant, 15 weeks, tired from a flight. She comes home, and her and Chris have a conversation, and he tells her he wants a separation, and Shanann, who's intoxicated, yes, this channel is saying Shanann is intoxicated at the time she comes home, that she goes upstairs and she kills her own 2 daughters, and then Chris goes upstairs and sees this, and then he kills Shanann out of a rage. So during the live, it was asked to Kim if she believed Chris gave Shanann oxy while in North Carolina. And Kim said no, she didn't believe Chris ever gave Shanann oxy, and she doesn't believe there was any oxy involved. She said she was in fact the one who brought that up to Chris and asked him about the oxy, and he didn't know what she was talking about. And that Kim pretty much blames Sherilyn Cato and says she fabricated the oxy situation, and Chris never said he would take the oxy to his grave, by meaning who he got it from or where he got it from. And for those that don't know who Sherilyn Cato is, she wrote the book Letters from Christopher, and shortly after that book came out, there was some controversy over Sherilyn plagiarizing another author's book. And I think Kim knows all of this and all the little lies that have been told, and I think she's using that to her advantage, where she can dismiss this oxy by saying don't believe it because it's in the Sherilyn Cato book. The thing with Sherilyn and the oxy and Chris is that Sherilyn has a Facebook, and she has shown the actual letters from Chris where he says he gave Shanann the oxy. It's his own writing. So it's not so much that you dismiss what Sherilyn Cato is saying, it's either you believe what Chris is saying or you don't. So this right here is one of Chris's letters, and it says, "The reason the medical examiner found Oxycontin in Shanann's system is because I gave it to her. I thought it would be easier to be with Nicole if Shanann wasn't pregnant." The one question I always had for this was, why did Chris think Oxycontin was found in Shanann's system? Who told him that? Also in the book, it says that the first night Chris arrived in North Carolina, that Shanann had a really bad headache, and that Chris said that he would go and get her something. Shanann thinking Chris was going to give her something over the counter, a pain reliever, but in reality, Chris had given her 800 milligrams of Oxycontin. The pill made her super sick. She was up half of the night vomiting. And the sad part, you guys, is that Chris didn't even comfort her or try to help her because he was hoping she would lose the baby. Also in the book, Chris said that he gave Shanann oxy twice, once while in North Carolina and then the night he murdered her, and that is the reason she didn't fight back. When questioned again about the oxy, he then switched his story around and said he only gave it to her once and that he would be taking where he got it and who he got it from to the grave. Something else I want to mention that I think is important per Shanann's autopsy report, for her gallbladder, it did show one well-formed gallstone. So some people believe that how Shanann was feeling in North Carolina is due to her gallstone. When we listen to Franky Jr.'s and her dad Frank's interview, I don't believe this is why she was feeling sick. I'm going to go ahead and play right now a little part of Franky Jr.'s interview where he talks about his sister Shanann being sick.
If there's anything that you want to say or have been thinking about or anything that you think we should know?
No, other than I told them, she wasn't sick at all until the day he got there, which I thought was real strange. And he didn't come out to take care of her at all. She was up all night, and I kept checking on her.
So this is in North Carolina?
Yeah.
Okay.
The day he got there, he was acting real standoffish, but we never thought it, just didn't think anything. I didn't think he didn't feel good, or he was tired from the flight, or, we didn't think anything. He's just, I don't know, he's acting a little weird. And I kept checking her, and she's always so private and so, like not to worry about her. Don't worry about me, I'm okay, Like, I'm gonna get you wet rags. She was throwing up, and she had real bad headaches. She's always had headaches.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of why she had surgery in her neck. I guess that's why she had something wrong with her discs.
Okay.
And she just had it, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 months ago. She had one of them big braces. She has a scar.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, I just kept checking her. I'm in and out smoking cigarettes or whatever, and I go in and peek on her, and she slept on the couch, which I thought was odd, and that he never came out to see her, or because he used to be like so like nurturing and so like, I was almost like, dude, you're a little much, dude. Like, who cares? Who's like that? Like, he went from being like the best guy I could ever picture for my sister to the guy could care less what happens to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one thing I just wanted to clarify, you said she got sick when he showed up in North Carolina?
Yeah, well, it was that night. I don't know. We ate dinner, and he's on one side, she was on the other, but it's the table's up against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's just the way it is, because there's not much room at Mom's kitchen. And, I was like, I bet you guys missed each other, you guys had fun tonight, and they're like, yeah, but I don't know, now that I look at it, I kind of see it, but
right.
I didn't
register that.
I didn't think anything of it at all. Morning, and I don't really know, it was late, everyone was sleeping, and I heard something going on, and I went and peeked, I don't know if it was the girls or her, and I was like, hey, you alright, and she was like, yeah, I'm okay. I said, what's wrong? She said, I'm just sick. So it was pregnancy stuff, and she was like, yeah, probably. And she thought I'm dehydrated, and that's what she said. One of her girlfriends, and she actually made a post saying she was dehydrated here in the South, but she's not. She drinks water like she's like no one's business, really. It's constantly, and she eats nothing but vegetables, and I have a garden in North Carolina. I constantly getting her cucumbers and my peppers, and she'd make salads and things, and she's always healthy, always nut with that, and keeping the baby healthy, that was her main thing, and I was like, do you need anything, can you take anything? She was like, no, I can't really take anything. I was like, that stinks, I said, well, what can I do, She said, it's just okay, I'll let you know. And I gave her, she asked me for some shorts, I gave her shorts. It's actually, that pair I brought with me, I wear them, but I think I checked her 2 or 3 times, and I was just making sure she was okay. I'd like peek around the corner on the couch, make sure she was okay. And I think maybe she went in there so she didn't go back in her room, make kids up, maybe. So that's what I was thinking. But I heard they got in an argument that night on the back porch, so I don't know.
Now I'm going to show you guys this text message that Shanann forwarded to one of her friends. This was sent to her doctor, and this was while she was in North Carolina. And I think it's very telling in the details that what Shanann wrote. And now I'm going to read it to you guys. No vomiting this pregnancy, but nauseousness. The last week I have not been able to pee normal, hard to pee, feeling great otherwise. 10 p.m. Last night, Chris rubbed my back in for first time in over a month. When he was done, I sat up and I was lightheaded. Body felt kind of numb, tingly, itchy all over, and just weird. 11 p.m.ish. About 1 hour later, I stood up to pee and vomited mildly. About 30 minutes later, massive instant migraine. Took Imitrex around 2:30 a.m. Usually gets rid of migraine within 20 minutes. It's still just as bad right now. Maybe 1.5 sleep last night, and I just vomited again 5:30 a.m. Still lightheaded, shaky, blurry vision, and exhausted. Went out to eat last night for dinner. Could this be vaginal infection, migraine, virus, food poisoning, or morning sickness starting at 15 weeks? Thank you. Doctor said it is dehydration and wanted me to go to the ER. I don't know about you guys, but I think that is in such great detail from Shanann to her doctor, and it's just so telling. And I think she knew something was wrong with her body. She knew something wasn't right. And it's kind of interesting that it all happens when Chris arrives. When the book came out and everyone learned that Chris gave Shanann the oxy while in North Carolina in hopes for her to have a miscarriage, everybody went crazy over that information. And I know for myself, I went back to the discovery because I remember seeing an entry that Chris had searched 80 milligrams of oxy, and it never had a date and it never had a time. So you were kind of left to wonder, okay, where is this coming from? So it only made sense when the book came out that he was looking up 80 milligrams because he was planning on giving it to Shanann. I know when I learned that Chris said he would take it to the grave where he got the oxy from and from who, my first thought was, what a coward. And this left a lot of room for speculation because people felt that he was protecting someone. And a lot of people started saying and thinking it was from the Watts family, that while he was in North Carolina, someone had given it to him. And people started saying it was his sister Jamie. And other people were believing that there's only one person he would protect, and that was the mistress. Him and the mistress were doing oxy together, and that it would have been easy access for her to get it. And there was rumors that she was aware of the plan on Chris giving Shanann oxy in hopes of losing the baby. You guys, there were so many rumors out there because Chris said he would take it to his grave. So because of all these rumors, a source close to the Watts family contacted Crime Rocket on October 5th. He's a blogger and also has a YouTube channel, and provided the following statement, which is from Chris Watts himself. Not only was this statement transcribed and sent via email, but an audio clip of the conversation from Dodge Correctional was provided to Crime Rocket as well. Furthermore, Chris Watts consented to this statement being sent to and published on Crime Rocket. So there was no underhand recording made without Chris Watts' knowledge. Chris Watts and the Watts family would like to clear up any confusion about where he got the oxy from. The statement reads as follows. I gave Shanann the oxy on either July 30th or 31st, whichever was the first day I got into North Carolina. I got the oxy from the bin in the basement. It was in Colorado and it was on the plane, and I brought it from my house. And before I play the audio clip for you, I just want to say, if Chris really did get the oxy from his basement and it was left over from Shanann's stash, why wouldn't he have said that in the book? He's already admitted the worst in the book by saying he gave Shanann oxy in hopes for her to lose the baby while in North Carolina. So he's already told on himself. Why not just say, hey, I got the oxy in the basement, it was left over from her neck surgery, and that would have been it. But him saying he would take it to the grave and he doesn't want to say where he got it from tells me that he is protecting somebody. And some have said it was actually Shanann Chris was protecting, but that makes no sense to me because Shanann had lupus and she had neck surgery. So she, of course, would have had meds in the home. So how was he protecting her? So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And as always, be kind to one another. And for some of you, you might question if this sounds like Chris. I know when I first listened to this audio many moons back, I also thought this was not Chris, but I feel like I always question if it is him. But I always refer back to the one video of him talking to law enforcement where he's giving the girls height and weight. And this is definitely Chris on the phone. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please hit that like button and share this video. It's just a free way to show your love and support for me, and it does help my channel grow. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys all soon. Bye.
It was in the bin. It was in the medicine bin at home. It was me. It was either July 30th or 31st, whatever was the first day I got in North Carolina. In Colorado, it was with me when I went on the plane.